ever wish you or your student could read notes without having to count to find them? Reading notes while playing an instrument requires an immediate recognition of the note to play fluently. Note Reading Workbook 1 is an assignment-driven workbook for the beginner student for treble and bass clef notes. Writing the notes repeatedly helps to create a visual recognition needed to sight read. This book only teaches notes on the staff and does not include ledger lines, except for middle C. This book is in 3 levels. Level 1 is treble clef, level 2 bass clef, and level 3 is a review for both treble and bass clef. This book does not teach acronyms like Every Good Boy Does Fine to learn the note names. I believe teaching a student in this method doesn't offer the skill of sight reading when the student is counting to find the note, nor does it teach the logic of the staff. Instead, this book takes 4 to 5 notes at a time with 3 pages of writing assignments for each set of notes, starting from the bottom of each clef. Another important part in this page is telling the student to visually memorize the 2 clefs separately and not compare them, much like learning a new language. I use my own naming for the octaves, focusing on middle C, which I call C1. The next octave up in treble clef is C2, then C3, etc. For bass clef, I name the octave below middle C, C, the octave below that, double C, then triple C, and so on. This way there is no counting to find the specific octave. This page starts with explaining the staff, clefs, and grand staff. It shows the grand staff notes from the bottom of bass clef to the top of the treble clef, with an assignment for the student to play each note and follow them on the grand staff. This is a great first assignment, so the student can fully understand the logic of the notes and why the treble clef and bass clef have different note names, a question I've been asked often from my students over the years. Before going through each level, I want to point out that assignments can be given from level 1 and level 2 simultaneously that correspond with the notes the student is playing in their songs. Level 1, page 1, starts with the 5 notes middle C through G with 3 pages of assignments. First filling in the note name, then drawing the notes on the staff, and the third page has 2 parts for the student to fill in. First filling in the name of the note by the description, then drawing it on the staff. Page 4 now shows the next set of notes, G1 through C2 with the 3 pages of assignments. And page 7 has the last set of notes, C2 through G2 with 3 pages of assignments. And finally, page 10 of level 1 is a review of all treble clef notes. Level 2 for bass clef starts with the bottom of the staff, double F through C, with the 3 pages of assignments. Page 4 is C through G with 3 pages of assignments. Page 7 is G through middle C with 3 pages of assignments. And finally, page 10 is a review for all bass clef notes. And now level 3 is a review for all notes, starting with treble clef only for pages 1 and 2, bass clef only for pages 3 and 4. Then page 5 and 6 has both clefs in one page, so the student can quickly go back and forth between clefs. Page 7, treble clef only, page 8, bass clef only, and pages 9 and 10, both clefs in one page. And that is Note Reading Workbook 1 for treble and bass clef notes. This book can be purchased in print or downloaded on the website. By the end of this book, a student can easily read notes much like reading words in a book, and in turn makes reading music fun.